right, so I made mention on yesterday, 29.3, 1975, if buyers can even get there. All right, and that's that video when they first came up, they dropped down. I said, here's that bottom. Let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. That's that bottom here. Okay, so that was there. Price, kind of leaned into that when they first came up, and then of course they've been above that all the time. And then of course I gave you that information about that price, 29.3, 1975, when they were here. I told you that the sellers was up there, and it has nothing to do with support being resistant. So try not to get suckered into believing that stuff. That's not really how this works sometimes. All right, so I just want to make mention of that because a lot of people get in trouble trading that way. So you don't want to do that. Try not to do that all the time. All right, it's not to say it's not relative. I just know sometimes that can get you in trouble. That's all. All right, so there's the ranges. They're free. They're free times here. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what they are: 12:15 to 1:45. Okay, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And then of course 6:15 to 7:45 here. All right. There's three additional ranges that you can acquire should you purchase the suite. You can just cut them on, and they'll last you all day. So if you think these ranges are pretty robust, there's three more. There's three more that can absolutely give you the same experience for the whole day. That's the whole thing. I don't care how far they run down the board. I got something for that. All right, so important, and I've went over how these bars work as well as the text. I'm not going to do that in this video, so please just kind of go back through a couple videos. That's all you got to do. I do fractal analysis, so I do read other time frames. I do, and this is an hourly. Kind of feed it to you a little bit here. Let me just kind of pull this in frame. So yeah, they had this L4 here, L5 pushed up L1, L2, and then they had this L1 down here and just kind of held them for a bit. All right, so that's important. The same two ladders. Now this is what I will say. The same two ladders that I run here on these bars, that's what's happening here. Now I could have put that one over there, but I'm not tracking that many bars on this hourly. I'll track, two or three of them here, but I'm not going to track all them bars on this hourly. I'm not staying in that trade that long to even need that. And you can apply it to any time frame that you prefer. And so it's just again trying to read that information based on that hourly and what they got going on. So I knew it was a problem. Trust me, I knew it was a problem. I want to go ahead and tell you that. And so the um the activity could go lower, and I mean lower. All right. So if they have no intent on turning this back around, you're going to be in trouble. That's all. You're going to be in trouble. And I've made mention of that before. I did release just a moment ago. All right, that I did that just a moment ago. These videos was from earlier. All right, so come back over here and take a look. And if you don't know how to trade, I do encourage you to stop on that channel there, learn how to trade. Now, the the thing I want to tell you, it was something I was going to tell you. I totally forgot. It just slipped my mind. Yes, I do have supply and demand zones. So if you do want those, there's four different types. One being the trend. So I just released that. And again, I tried to give you guys some videos this morning to help you, just kind of navigate what's there. And if you are seeing me over here, you can always click on the shorts. I'll try to throw one or two of them in here. No one has hit that one yet. I hope someone look at it. I try to make this stuff so you guys can look at it. If you don't, it's still fine. I just try to make sure that it's being populated on this side. If you don't have that much time, you can just go in there and take a peek. All right. So that's my time with you again. Let's see if they can get back up there. I think they're going lower. I do. I think they can go back down through this hourly. All right. So that pivot on that hourly, I think they can go through that too. It's a fantastic turn if you ask me. The problem is that I just don't know just yet whether or not they're serious about what they're doing because they just got started. All right. This is them just getting started, in my opinion. So we have to see where it goes. I do wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.